Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back. So I know it's kind of odd that I'm starting this in the middle of a loading screen, but hey, you know, I went to go do something real fast before I started recording, put my controller down, forgot I was still readied up as Survivor, and now here we are. So there's a lot of news coming out of the community over the last couple of days. The devs have released their latest patch. The PTB is currently up, and it is being tested right now. No real killer changes. The only killer change actually at all was that Legion will start to see scratch marks and blood during his fatigue rather than after it to help his tracking. 1 second. Alright, excuse me. But there is still a lot going on here. What is indeed happening, and I will leave a link down in the description so you can see all the details, because there's just so much to go over, and I don't even know all the fine details because there's so much of it. Essentially, the devs have gone over a lot of the older maps, a lot of the problem children maps, and they have taken the time to reduce or outright eliminate the strongest, a lot of the strong loops that are like no mind game, uber powerful safe loops, and these are mainly included as a lot of the most notorious god windows in the entirety of Dead by Daylight. We're talking Ironworks of Misery, the silo on that one map, on that one farm map. We're talking, oh, it's a wraith, I think. Yep, it is. We're talking Ironworks of Misery, the silo on that one map. We're talking the I believe it's the Wretched Shop, the workshop. You know, the one with the window. Everyone knows that one. There was others, but you know, those were the biggest ones that have been changed. Oh, he has Silent Bell. Ooh, Wraith with Silent Bell. But yeah, a lot of these loops have been basically eliminated. There's also a lot of other strong loops which have been adjusted based on their strength to make them a bit less safe. They've also done, they've also made adjustments which make it to where tiles like jungle gyms and other strong tiles can't really, and like the killer shack and stuff, they can't really spawn too close to each other to stop people from just chaining really strong tiles together and creating these really, really long looping chains. Yeah. I mean, and then they've also adjusted window spawning logic to where it's not RNG on some maps anymore, so that they can keep certain broken tiles from spawning that way too. I gotta admit, I was not expecting them to work on the maps in this way. Obviously, it's not complete map reworks, but it's definitely a major balance change across a lot of the maps. They didn't use the breakable walls from the Deathslingers map. I guess they felt like that either they weren't the proper solution based on the feedback, or they just haven't found the right time or right place to put them, or they just need to, or they're waiting for the maps to get reworked entirely before they start adding those. Whatever the case may be. But this is amazing, amazing, amazing news, because this is certainly a bigger change to map balance than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting any major map balances to this scale for a long time, but seeing those infinite windows go is definitely bringing a smile to my face. Now, I don't think they're taking out all of them, but they're definitely taking out a big chunk of them, and that's a win that I will take, especially now when they're having to work remotely from home, like as are every other developing company. So it's making things a lot more difficult to patch out. They've also adjusted generators in a way that's interesting. I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I will take it in regards. Essentially what they've done is, instead of changing the base generator times, they've taken to where generators, for every person on a generator, aside from you, your repair progress as a survivor, personally, is reduced by 10%. Now, they've increased this to 15%, but they've also buffed Prove Thyself to 15% to basically use it to make it the same as it is right now. I am not a big fan of that part, but at least it makes the gen stacking a little bit less effective. So that's nice. And I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but the devs assure us that even though the number sounds small, that it's actually a lot more impactful than it sounds like on paper. But we will definitely have to test that out and see for ourselves. And then they've also made it to where great skill checks, because they take 1.6 seconds off a generator every great skill check, because it's 2% of a gen that gets done every time a great skill check is hit. They've reduced that to 1%, because good survivors who are good at skill checks, especially on PC, can consistently hit those skill checks and create and get gens done at incredible speed. I don't even know if he knows where I went. Is he still after me? I don't think he is. We need to get some of these gens done on this side, or we're gonna 3-gen ourselves. Might be what he's going for, honestly. But yeah, cutting down those generator speeds in those ways, that'll definitely help just a little bit. Combine that and the smaller maps together, we might see an actual noticeable balance shift coming into the game. Now, do I think it's going to make the game balanced completely? No. No, I don't. Because as you guys know, I'm firmly believing that these map changes are not going to have as big of an effect as people think. Because if that were the case, then oh shit. If that were the case, then all these new maps the devs have made with the last few chapters would be feeling a lot more impactful than they do. And I mean, the gameplay feels roughly the same on these new maps, and if these map reworks are going by the same logic as these new maps, so obviously why would I expect that they're going to do any noticeable difference with these changes? Now, don't get me wrong, the reduction of these really strong loops is an incredible change, and it's going to make a difference. Now, I still don't think it's going to change overall the effect, how the gameplay feels for Killer all that much. Like, it won't feel as annoying because it won't be just pallet kicking simulator, but it'll still be frustrating in the sense that the top survivors are still going to get gens done in no time flat. So I just posted a video the other day. Me and my buddies were just talking and not even really try-harding, didn't really have any toolboxes or anything like that. One of us did Prove Thyself, but that was it. And what happened? Well, lo and behold, we got the gens done in literally 5 minutes. Like, people think we're exaggerating when we say gens can go in 5 minutes. No, we are not exaggerating. They can and have done it multiple times in the past. Gone in 5 minutes. But these new changes are interesting. They've, and it's not even just a good thing for killers. Like, there's certain tiles, like the Thompson house. It got an interesting little change. The size of maps have also been reduced. Thompson house was one of those. But it's like Thompson house, for instance, got a new tile on the actual house itself. There's a window on the second floor, which you can use to vault down onto the stairs. So there's a way out just in case you guys are going up against a trapper or something like that, and they're trying to trap you up there on the top floor. Can't do that. So there is a way out, no matter what. So that'll add some more interesting dynamic to the gameplay. That window is pretty strong too, I think. It's not like God window strong, I don't think, but it's still pretty strong. Especially if you have balanced landing. If you have balanced landing, that window is going to be massively strong. But as I said, I'll get a link down to the official dev post, and I will link it down below in a comment, so that way you guys can go take a look at it and see what you guys think. I think this is a massive step in the right direction. After several patches have gone by where it's just felt like it's been nothing but killers, meta being reduced, Hex Ruin, Nurse, Spirit, all that. with some side flavoring that are just to keep us interested, like the doctor change, which was actually quite successful. Oh, I'm dead. There's no pallet here. Well, he doesn't have NOED at least. Why do I feel so slow? Animations are weird today. Ooh, I made it. Damn! Thought he was faking me out the other side. I should have known. I should have known. Oh well. Gens are powered. The exit gates are powered. So I should be okay. Unless he plans on face camping me and guarding a door, which I guess he very well could do that. I don't think so. I don't have DS, so I'm playing with a big risk not running DS. My teammates can see him, thanks to my kindred perk. He seemed a bit twitchy there to you guys. Yeah. And then there's while I'm sitting here, here's the big change for me personally and a lot of other players out there. Console sensitivity update. We are finally getting the update we've been begging for months, and they are doubling the sensitivity on console, so we will be able to move and flick and do all those good things that PC players will be able to do. We'll have the control over the killers that we need in order to succeed. I think it'll also be a nice thing for Survivor too, because I've noticed that sometimes when I'm playing Survivor, I want to turn my camera a little faster because it's like I keep running into things because I spend so much time looking over my shoulder. I'm probably not going to make it out of here, unfortunately. She doesn't even have BT. But I guess that doesn't matter because he thinks she does. Plus, he probably thinks I have decisive. Ah, jeez. Me boyo, I don't know how to... Okay. So did nobody think that we should be... I used up my dead hard. Not good. Wait, maybe he'll grab her. Push her out, and he's gonna pick her up, maybe? Please pick her up. Please don't see me and pick her up. What is he doing? Just try crawling out. Force him to pick you up. What? Oh. Not much else I can do. I'd try to save her, but I don't have decisive. I don't have borrowed time. I don't have any of that. Maybe the other teammate can... Oh, the other teammate's right there. Oh, that's cheeky. I might just... I don't know, man. He's got her locked down tight. If you can heal me, Claudette, we can do something here. There we go. He has nurses. He has nurses. Oh, yeah, he pushed us out. Well, we tried. Not too bad of a game, though. Definitely could have gone a lot worse. If he had NOED, we would have been in major trouble. Only a rank 9. And to think I was actually facing red rig killers for a change up until now. So that's interesting. My team actually did pretty well, though, all things considered. They weren't going down a bunch. The gens got done decently quick, so people were doing the objective. But I will say, I'll be playing the living heck out of that sensitivity change. Especially as a nurse main, you already know. That's heaven for me. That's an interesting build. Yeah, that build is straight up heavenly. I mean, not build. That sensitivity change. Because the amount of times I've missed a survivor because I can't completely 180 as nurse quickly to smack them in the middle whenever they are dropping a pallet on me, and I have to do that fake out over the pallet. Like, oh, it drives me nuts. It'll make it to where 360s hopefully aren't quite as, oh, well, you can't hit me, as they are right now. So let's try this again. Let's readjust my build a little bit. Solidarity did nothing for me back there. I like the perk, but damn, it's so niche whenever it's useful. You'd have to constantly be throwing yourselves at the hook in order for it to be useful. Let's get decisive, just to try and, you know, keep myself alive a little bit. So yeah, that's a lot of really big things coming into the game at once. I'm glad we're finally getting that sensitivity change we've been begging for, especially after the Death Slinger got his sensitivity while ADS reduced. It's probably going to feel the same even after the update, I'm imagining, but at the very least, if the I'll be able to rearrange my cursor faster, so it'll help me hopefully actually get those shots that I need. As long as I'm able to move and turn faster, and it'll help me with a lot of killers. Huntress and Nurse will have the biggest impact from this, as they are the killers that have suffered the most on console from the sensitivity problems, because Huntress needs flick shotting and Huntress needs fast turning. I might have said that backwards, just in case I did. Nurse needs fast turning, Huntress needs flick shotting. Those are pretty crucial to how they play, and it's part of their success. Now, according to what one of the devs said, it took so long because they had to go over everything that uses sensitivity on console and make sure that increasing the sensitivity didn't just increase the turning speed of Hillbilly, for instance. So I'm hoping it doesn't feel bad. At the very least, I'm hoping the turning on these killers and everything on these abilities don't feel worse. I'm hoping they still feel good. I'm hoping are a tiny bit better, because I'm thinking that they're turning's not as good as it is on PC strictly because of the sensitivity limit. But we'll have to wait and see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before I go into this match, I just remembered. Hold up. Hold up. I know what we're gonna do. Head-on's in the shrine, and I'm gonna snag it. I've actually been wanting to play around with this perk. So while that's searching for a lobby, so instead of Dead Hard, excuse me, we're gonna be running a different exhaustion perk, because why not, right? Where did it go? Oh, I'm a bonehead, you know that? Because I forgot that I'd have to actually grab it from the blood web. I got so excited I wasn't thinking. Oh well. Well, at least I know something I can add to my future Survivor videos. I'll be having that in my build for sure. Just to play around with it. It's also, you know, Head-on's a surprisingly good perk in a Survivor friend situation, because you can have your team, you can help your teammate out when things start to go south in the chase for them, and it's just really helpful. Plus, since I'm running Resilience, I don't really need an exhaustion perk very much for help for chase assistance, because Resilience is actually pretty damn good in that regard. It'll definitely save your butt from time to time. Let's put this toolbox away. Just store it in with the other ones. Don't need it. So yeah, what do you guys think? Out of all the changes listed, Which one's your favorite? Is it the sensitivity change because you're a console dude like myself, or is it the map changes because you're tired of either survivor gameplay not feeling like it's any challenge, or whether you feel killer's just not fun because it's pallet kick simulator or running across the map simulator, whichever the case may be. Either way, this is pretty big, and it's gonna certainly shake things up a little bit. Definitely gonna do that. And I guess the best thing about these map changes is the fact that like the meta killers aren't really going to be affected too much by these changes. Well, Hillbilly might do a tiny bit better. Freddy, maybe. I mean, he wasn't like shut down too hard by longer loops regardless, thanks to his snares. That allowed him to work around that a little bit. Hillbilly might feel it a little bit. I don't know. I guess it just depends. I got a friend on PC who actually says it all feels pretty good. Apparently there's a couple of killer bugs on the PTB that makes it to where certain killer powers are like slow, like Hillbilly at the end of his chainsaw, it goes in slow motion, and Wraith, when he decloaks, it is extremely slow. Stuff like that. But those will get patched out and fixed, so that's good. I will be very interested to play more Nurse and maybe make more videos on her again, because I haven't really felt this hopeful about having some moderate success with the Nurse since the updates, since her change, because it's like ever since then she's just felt like crap. Now, I doubt this is going to instantly fix all of her problems. Far from it. I feel like her issues go way deeper than that, and the devs should understand this. But we will have to see. Man, this is taking forever to load up. What's with these survivor queues? I'm so sorry. I'm going to definitely have to take some time to get an editing feature on my console here and see if I can learn to cut through videos like this. That way I don't force you guys to sit through all these. Might cut down the length of the videos. Maybe that's a good thing for some of you. So I'll definitely have to try that. I'll look into it. Definitely gonna look into it. Lobby simulator. You know what? This is taking too long. I'm going to do a killer match instead. Since this isn't exactly a survivor video, why don't we just throw in some Nurse so we can watch me potato at Nurse a little bit. I haven't played her much since the Hexposed video, but hey, you know what? Let's give it a go, huh? So, what was I running on her again? Let's see. I think I was running Nurses. Oh yes, Hex Ruin. I've been playing around with Hex Ruin a little bit. I like the convenience of it. I don't think it's that great of a perk still, but I like the convenience of not being able to having to kick the gen to get it to start regressing. Helps me focus on chasing a little more. Plus it does have the little added benefit of if I see the generator start sparking when I walk near it, I know that they just got off the gen, so they won't be able to just creep around me. Infectious Fright, nah, it hasn't really been working out too much for me. I don't want to use that other perk, fucking Surveillance, because, you know, I don't want to rely on Hex Ruin for half my build, because that's just not a good idea. We'll just run Devour Hope, why not? Devour Hope's still one of my favorite perks. Double Hex perks, yeah, it's risky, but hey, it's Nurse, who cares? Either it goes well or it doesn't. Alright. Now let's hope the killer queue is not nearly as long. You can see a Nurse me. Oh, 3 toolboxes. That's a yikes from me, bro. I know it's overkill. I know it is, but yeah. I don't deal with that 3 toolbox BS. I apologize, friends, but you have brought 3 toolboxes and a medkit. But that's just no bueno. That's a little too much boosting of your speed for my liking. That's basically my rule. You bring you bring a key, I bring a green Mori. If you bring multiple toolboxes, I might bring a green Mori, just depends. If you bring 3 toolboxes or more, you're getting an ebony. I don't care. If you're gonna crank out the gens faster, I'm gonna crank out the kills faster. Even playing field. At least this could be entertaining. Either you'll watch me potato as nurse, or you'll see them get moried. How often do you get moried by a nurse anymore? At least it'll be something different for them. At least it'll be different from having a Deathslinger or a Ghostface mooring you. Oh look, it's the new map too, speaking of Deathslinger. Alright, let's see if we can find these little punks. This map is kind of rough to blink around in. So much obstructions. Yep, I did see someone. I did tell a survivor. Ooh, that was perfect. That was so slow though, and lucky that she just kept running. Got her. Oh, she didn't know what she was doing. If you think a nurse sees you, don't try to hide, just run. You're just letting the nurse catch up to you. Your biggest advantage right now with nurse as she is... Oh, I forgot to put barbecue back on. Hold on. Alright. Let me just break this so it's out of the way. Where would the survivor go? Building blocked me. This is the kind of thing you gotta watch out for with nurse. People always throw out, well, she can teleport 32 meters. Yeah, that's if it's completely wide out in the open and there's no obstructions reducing her blinks. I don't want you, I don't want you Meg, I want the cake. Oh, good thing it didn't let me swing that time, because I would have missed. Thought it would get me a bit closer, but nope. Second blink is too short, my friend. Gotcha. I could see her feet through the cracks. And I knew, and seeing based on where she was running, I knew exactly where to blink. Oh! Almost did it to her twice. But unfortunately, it was a very short lunge. Why couldn't I blink through there? Well, that was annoying. And my dogs had to bark and distract me. Wait. Oh, it was the frickin' buzzard. Sprint burst. The I get away for free exhaustion curve. Fun. This is why I bring a Mori against these people. It just does not feel fair. Are you kidding? Wait, oh my gosh, my second blink! I hate this blink recharge, man, I really do. It's so stupid. Oh, there goes Devour Hoe. Dude. Wait, where did... Really? Got him. Got her. Oh. I guess right. Alright, it's time to get the Ebony Mori working. Yep, they don't care, man. Nurse does not instill fear anymore. Got the hit, though. Don't know where she went because I couldn't see. Oh. Bird. Holy shit, man. Yeah, see. That didn't work. You have to wait for Nurse to be out of her fatigue. Couldn't blink all the way because the hitboxes are blocking my blinks. Damn it. I should have known she was going to double back, because double backing is way too powerful against Nurse right now. She just went a different route that time. See what I mean? You can't catch up to survivors with one set of blinks anymore. You just can't. What? What? Well, I did promise Potato Nurse. Alright. That didn't work. Right, come on. Got it. Oh, come on. Don't be playing this game with me. There we go. Well, at least we got one. It's whatever. This match was kind of doomed from the start. 3 toolboxes now. Say what you want about the new toolboxes. They're still plenty strong. Gen speeds in general are still plenty strong. Little short. Little short. Shit, I thought she was vaulting it for some reason. Yeah, not much you can do. Oh, I only have one blink. Let's save reduced fatigue. Get a hit here. Damn it. I overdid it. I have a bad habit of that, unfortunately. Oh. Well, crap. I thought for sure she was going to fake me out and go the other way. Oh. See? The wall blocked me. And that short blink just cost me. This is ridiculous. And not to mention the change that lets you react to nurses' blinks a lot easier now. That change was damning. What? Where? Got her. Oh, 2 out of 4. I'll take it. Wasn't really warmed up before this anyway. Hopefully games like this will be less common after the changes. Maybe I'll actually be able to get something. You're telling me that didn't hit? Okay. Hold a blink, charge up. Nope. Nothing. Oh well. Enough ranting from me. Barbecue would have been a much better help than Devour Hope. Oh, well, I had a contract for mooring anyway. I was use his book points. D-ranked. Yeah, that's to be expected. Brand new part, triple toolbox, sorry. Double prove it, yeah. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Against a setup like this, yeah, no. Anyway. Not much else to say. A lot to look forward to. Hopefully it'll definitely improve quality of life for killers across the board. And hopefully we'll get to see a bit more variety, especially in console gameplay. Because there's, like, good huntresses, you still see them, but they're rare. Nurses, you don't really see a good nurse, like, hardly ever on console. I mean, heck, even on PC these days you don't see it much, but even more so on console. But hopefully that's going to be changing. Lots to look forward to, like I said. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, leave a comment, talk about whatever you want. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.